Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade,
And I'm Joe.
and we're here to talk about a new release for the Criterion Collection, a Chinese Hong Kong picture by Chen Kage, I believe. We're gonna butcher some names. It's Farewell, My Concubine from 1993.
Yeah. He's
Um,
from the fifth generation, as they call it.
yeah. We have it's actually the first Chinese language film to win the Palme d'Or,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
is big.
It's for those who are here and don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like the like how we have the Academy Award for Best Picture. This is like a worldwide version,
Yes.
like an actual legitimate one,
Yeah.
rather than just centered around American Hollywood.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. Yeah, first Chinese movie to do it, and it's all about uh, this story of actors in Chinese opera,
Yeah.
and uh, and it actually goes through like an interesting like period of time. I find it to be like this kind of weaving tale of love and loss, um, and even sacrifice at times,
Oh yeah. Especially in the end.
and in the beginning,
Yeah.
because you're following these two actors, uh, Cheng Diayi and Xiao Lo, where they start off as boys in this like very rigorous um, training. Like they're like kind of like they're almost like street urchin kids because the names they have when they're kids are just like nicknames.
Yeah.
Um, and they are like beaten and
Very militant.
yeah, it is hardcore training. And Cheng Diayi becomes a Den, which is like a boy actor who plays female characters. And he trains very much in that way, whereas Xiaolo would be more of your traditional masculine roles, and they kind of get paired up when they're kids. They have this great chemistry, and it comes to find out later on that DAE, has these feelings for Xiaolo, and like it's that art, like life imitating art that we talk about, and they become pretty famous actors, and they performed the opera Farewell, My
Yeah.
Concubine.
Title drop.
Yeah, and I don't know. I found this to be like a pretty interesting like tale of like following these two's lives. Yeah, it's an interesting tale of like they come through together through the school and they become stars, but they also go through all of these periods of like you know Chinese history and like political upheaval. You go from like the Sino-Japanese War, then into World War II, and with after the Japanese occupation, then the liberation, then you get the you know the Cultural Revolution where they become communist. Like
Yes.
it's going through all of these things and trying to perform these art pieces and trying to be artists and like then dealing with addiction and like sorrow and depression.
And there's like a little love triangle going on there a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not super overstated, I don't think either.
No.
It's like it's enough to cause this underlying tension, because Zhao Lo marries Zhu Xian, who is like a courtesan, is the nice word.
Yeah.
She works in a brothel. um, and there's that tension between DAE and her, but I think they come to an understanding, and ultimately she cares for DAE as much as anybody.
Yeah.
You know, when DAE's like really like down and out, she takes care of him. And even still, like when Xiao Lo ends up captured, she, you know, goes to DAE to kind of get help. And of course, DAE's kind of can't keep that jealousy
Yeah.
tempered too much, but he still does. Um, and then you got Xiaosa later with the battle for the role
Yes.
of the concubine.
Yeah.
And it's this like ever going like kind of journey that we go on, because this movie's 2 hours and 50 minutes.
It's a long one.
And it was worrisome when I started. I was like, how's the pacing going to be?
Yeah.
But the pacing works.
Yes.
You get just enough of each thing. You kind of see the different points. You see the different events. They don't go too graphic, but they also like give you enough of a hint of what's going on.
Yeah. And there's a great cinematography and blocking. The blocking in this is really good. I also really like these like 90s films, mostly in like maybe Hong Kong cinema, where it has that nice like kind of like that like filter on it, on the like kind of like that glow on it. It's so nice. I love it.
You know what it is? It's the old MGM look.
Yes.
From Golden Age of Hollywood. It's that style, like very like like just showing off like your actors and like the sets, and it's just this
sets are great.
Just pow like of images.
And the costuming, all that stuff. It's very.
The music is interesting. It like has me interested in like tracking down a performance of Farewell My Concubine and seeing like how that is, and like watching the whole story unfold.
And also, we can't forget to talk about pretty much, to me, I mean, the actors are all great, but this is the Leslie Chung story, like show, in my opinion.
I think your main three actors are what the movie hinges on, and they deliver.
Yeah, it was Zhang Fengyi. Is Zhao, was it Zhao? I can't say. You take Duolingo now for Chinese. I don't.
Are you talking about Xiao Lo?
Xiao Lo, yeah.
Yeah.
And also you have Gong Li, who plays Zhuxian.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Leslie Chung plays Dai.
Yeah, DAE.
And he's really good in it.
He's incredible.
He's also like, you know, we talked about Leslie Chung before, you know, with Days Gone Wild. We haven't talked about a movie I watched a couple years ago. It was really good. It was The Bride of White Hair. Really cool weird action film. Ironically, I watched this movie. We were supposed to record this last week, but air conditioner issues and stuff like that. But I watched this on, I believe it was Wong Kar-wai's birthday.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, Hong Kong cinema, you know.
Another fifth generation.
Yeah. So,
I think what's great is that it's everybody delivers. This is a very ambitious film for the time, and like, you know, we didn't even get into the fact that this movie was supposed to be like censored and banned in China.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to ban this movie because of like depictions of homosexuality and like the tumultuous political years, but because of how profound of an impact and how profound of a movie it is, and it wins the Palme d'Or, like you can't keep great art down, man.
Yeah, you just
can't hold it down.
Yeah.
You can't hold it down. It's gonna come up and make itself known.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, Joe, would you recommend the film to the general audience?
By
the way, this is on Criterion channel as of this recording, so you can watch it on Criterion channel if you don't want to buy the new Blu-ray DVD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I think it's a great film. I have yet to see a fifth generation movie that I like. There's ones where I may say like this isn't like for a beginner, but like I have yet to see one I didn't like.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yeah.
I'd also recommend it. Maybe a loose recommendation for me because it is 3 hours long.
It's yeah.
You need to take some time
There's some
on your day to
heavy,
watch.
very heavy moments in it too.
Heavy moments, especially near the end when certain characters are captured and they're told that they basically have to do something.
I think the beginning and the end are the heavy parts.
It's sandwiched
sure.
between like heavy bread, and then you have all like the stuff in between. But yes, that's 2 recommendations. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on Pharaoh, My Concubine? Let us know in the comments section below what you think about the film. Is there any other 5th generation or any like Hong Kong films that are not by the 5th generation or on the Criterion collection that we should do? We still have plenty. We have like 2 or 3 Wong Kar-wai still. Let us know in the comment section below what we should do. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Follow us on Instagram, Condish Productions. Go on Letterboxd. Follow the Criterion Connection list. See how many movies you've seen that we've watched and reviewed. How many have you seen? And until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm still Joe.
And we'll see you later.